Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions, let's do a level 99 review of Glaciela. And she might be one of my favorite characters in the story. Before the game was released and you could look at all the different characters, she didn't really appeal to me that much. But like the situation at Wezet, I'll talk about this more in a future story recap video. But it's the most interesting, the way that the kingdom is going. The way that like the king is like single, you know, so they're wondering about how the hierarchy is going to go, passing on the kingdom. And then Glaciela is like, she is next in line, but there are a few people that want to see her ascend to the throne, so she's kind of taking proactive action to lead an insurrection. She's very, very cool. And then people might be wondering where I'm getting the pronunciation from. It's just here. If you say it in the katakana, it's just gu. But if you were to say it with the English pronunciation, when I see that spelling, I see glacier or glacial. So maybe Glaciela? You can say it however you like. I'm not going to be one to judge, since vowels in English are tricky. So say it how you see it. I don't care. But Glaciela, she is kind of a straightforward character. She is an attacker, and then still one of the best, even now in JP. I haven't tested her a whole bunch, but at the moment I feel like she is a good damage source. She moves very well. She's got fairly good defenses, and then she's a lot of fun to play with some kind of weird like ranges and area of effect patterns. We'll look at those later. But her, I can highly recommend her. And then she's good for chaining as well. She'll be one of the best raiders. Basically any boss in the future that is weak to pierce, she'll be good in there. Okay, but we can look at stats. HP is pretty good. If I maxed her jobs, she would get over 2500, I think. One thing I'm disappointed in is that she is a move 3, jump 1. I wish she had the jump 4 like a dragoon, but can't have everything, I guess. And then if we look at status, we can see that she has 25% slash resistance off the bat. That's pretty insane. I consider any character with 15% of an attack type resistance to be a good starting point for a resistance build, but 25 is really good. And so that would make her a good choice against Delita, or Super Stern, or Yedema. Her being water element, you do need to be careful against lightning characters, but if you can get her slash resistance up high enough, you don't need to worry about going against Orlando at all. She is weak to projectile and magic, so like Federica or Salia will be good hunters of her, so be careful there. Then we can look at her Trustmaster. This is maybe one of the best in the game, but this is a heavy armor, HP so-so at 400, accuracy 8 is nice, defense 9 is so-so, spirit 4 so-so. But the active ability, you use this, you'll restore some AP, and then for 3 turns you will get slash resistance up. I have mine up to, I forget, it's like 16 or 17. But she'll restore about 20 AP, and then for 3 turns she'll have over 10% slash resistance. So of the 3 Trust Masters, you got Jesus' Bells, Ododo's Apron, and then now Glaciela's Armor. Jesus' Bells are still the best for restoring AP. You'll get about that 20 or so for 3 turns, while this is just the single turn. And then with Ododo's Apron, maybe 7 or 8 per turn. So actually, if you compare Glaciela's Armor to Ododo's Apron, the net gain of AP is going to be the same. But it'll be all at once here with Glaciela's Armor, and then over 3 turns with Ododo's Apron. But yeah, this is a very nice Trustmaster. Okay, and then we can look at jobs. Main job Valkyrie, that's a unique job to her. Sub-job Monk, and then sub-job Ninja. Now, I guess we can look at the 3D model. Looking good. And animation. Very cool. Nice thighs. Alrighty. Okay, let's go to the ability board. And then we'll look at her main job, Valkyrie. But again, lots of interesting abilities here. Here is Javelin Claw, I guess. This will be her bread and butter attack. Kind of like Mighty Break for Super Stern or Jamming Thrust. Yeah, low cost, many uses per battle, pretty good elevation range, and then horizontal range as well. Okay, here is a self buff. For 3 turns you'll get Pierce Attack Up, and then Defense Piercing. This is one of the best self buffs in the game. And yeah, you want to max this out. I should max this out. But I guess I can take this time to talk about the difference between Defense Breaks and Defense Piercing. Defense Breaks is just a minus of that amount on the enemy's defense. So if an enemy has 50 defense, and then you use a minus 10 defense break, you'll lower the defense to 40. With Defense Piercing, it's a percentage thing. So if it's like a 10% defense piercing, you go against somebody with a 50 defense. You'll do minus 5 in that case, and it'll go down to 45. So in many cases, the defense break is better, especially since defense break can go down below 0. You can lower somebody's defense down below 0. While the percentage, you'll never be able to go down below 0. But if you're running into somebody with, like, 90 defense or something, then maybe Defense Piercing would be more useful in that situation. But yeah, Defense Piercing, Defense Breaks, Slayers, that kind of thing, that's really something that you want for a modern attacker, and that's what Glaciela has. Okay, here's Leap Strike. This is definitely one of our more fun skills, but this is a move and then attack, and then you get this crazy AoE, so yeah, you can cover a lot of ground as you move, and also cover a lot of ground as you attack, but pretty expensive at 36 AP. Shuari Burst, this is the next one. Kind of a shorter range, and you can't hit diagonally, but you have a higher rate of critical hit, and then it will pierce, meaning if you target the guy 3 panels away, you'll also hit the guys on the second and the first away. And then also 100% hit rate. So this is good against evade teams. That's another reason why she's really, really great. Okay, then we have a triple piercer. This is a 3-hit piercing pierce attack. And she's the only pierce character in the game with multiple hits, which is what makes her so great for raids. And then the last few raids, there have been ones where you want to have pierce attack. And then I always see the level 99 rooms, they're asking for Glaciela, so you definitely want her for that. Okay, then there's the Valkyrie sub-job, which is interesting, but maybe not necessary. We have some more AoE attacks with some kind of funky patterns. Paralyzed Cross, medium damage, and then low chance of paralyzing guys. This might be difficult to use just because it is a strange AoE area of effect. And then here's Cross Impact. This one looks really cool. She just jumps up and then hits the ground immediately and then shoots out this like shockwave in this cross pattern. But just regular old damage here. No piercing, no status effects or anything. You can take or leave this sub-job. I think it would be fun, but there are reasons to use the other ones. Monk here. The best thing about this is Tameru, charge I think it is in English. But this is maybe still the best self-buff, attack buff. Only lasts for 1 turn, but you get a great amount of attack up here. So this could be worth using the sub-job for alone. And then we have some punching attacks. This might be good for future content where you need to make strike chains, especially since she has this 2-hit attack here. But I don't know, even if you use this sub-job, you might want to turn off all of these skills, because it won't benefit from her cards and stuff that you use. So yeah, charge or nothing, I think. And then a ninja, some nice kind of movement and support abilities, like a Poison Cloud, Hide. Here's a self buff that will raise the accuracy and critical. And then she has a Shuriken and then a Suitong. These could be nice ranged attacks, but again, not going to benefit from the Pierce attack up. And then Shadow Bind, I think. Small damage, chance of stopping, but a slash attack. So possibly, maybe, you could use her for water slash chains. It's too bad that she doesn't have the 3-hit ninja attack. That would maybe make her the best chainer in the game. But for support ability, Shukuchi, of course, move and jump +1. That's good for her because, again, move 3, jump 1 is just average. And then here, this is a Valkyrie support ability. This will raise her Pierce attack and then agility. I think you want this on her 99% of the time. And then this is why you don't really want to use the strike or the slash attacks from her subjob. Okay, and then she has a Shadow Runner, agility and luck up. This could be good if you want to work on evade as well. HP up is interesting. She already has high HP to start. To be honest, I feel a little bit nervous using her just because her movement is so good. She's going to get very close to the enemies very quickly. So the HP could improve her survivability. And then she has a strike attack up. I would only use this if you're going to use her for a future raid where you want to make strike chains. Okay, reaction ability. Here is Counter Sting. This is Valkyrie. I think you're usually going to want to use this as well. But you take damage, you will do a Pierce attack, and then also Break attack. That's pretty great for a reaction ability. And then Fist counter, and then Poison counter. You can use those as you see fit. Alright, here is her Limit Break. This one's kind of funny because the animation is her like running like super duper fast in a straight line, but you see the actual effect and it's just 2 panels away. But this is another piercing attack. It can hit both of the 2 panels if there are 2 targets there. And then interesting ability, if you are in the middle of a chain and it's higher than the 5th hit, then you will get a greater chain modifier multiplier to the damage than you would otherwise. So yeah, just another reason why she is a good unit for raids. Okay, and then Master Ability, she has attack up 20%. That's also making her a great attacker. And then slash resistance up 10. So yeah, even though she has the defense piercing with her self buff here, she doesn't have defense piercing on all the time like Super Stern does, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, and then we can talk about equipment. Any spear would be good. You could certainly use the Ice Lance here. You won't get the elemental advantage, but it's still pretty strong. For an accessory, this is the water ring. This will come out maybe the next time the tower comes around to global. But I have the vital type. You can get 300, pretty crazy. And then fire and water resistance, additional in there. And then also evade down 20, so you can give up on an evade build if you use this. You could use Alexandrite Ring for more accuracy, Ribbon for more evade. She can use heavy armor. You could give her Armor of Light, but I would just give up on trying to go after magic characters with her. Golden Armor would be the better choice for the slash resistance. Definitely want to work on the slash resistance. And then Trust Master, you give her her own. Jesus Bells, if you want even more AP. Her skills can be expensive. Vienetta's heals might be interesting. Give her Male Killer, or I guess it's a Light Slayer in Global, and then Hide. You can give her Sasayaki's Mask for more slash resistance. Yeah, lots of good stuff to put onto Glaciela. Oh, you could put on Ododoa's Apron and get extra thigh action there. Alright, I think that will do it for this review. That might be a little bit shorter than the average level 99, but She's a pretty straightforward character. An attacker with high damage, some nice meta stuff like defense piercing, great mobility, nice AoE attacks, lots of fun to use. I can easily recommend her to pretty much everybody. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.